couldn't believe that somebody could do this to an animal, especially an animal who can't even run away.
But someone could. A dog already unable to use her back legs is now recovering after a brutal attack.
She looked awful. Her face was caked in dried blood. I think he should have to pay for what he did.
A horrifying case of animal cruelty. A 10-year-old dachshund named Daisy now recovering after being stabbed in the head and face.
And the man who police arrested remains behind bars. And the woman now caring for Daisy wants to make sure the suspect gets the punishment he deserves. Paul Kiska's just back from Ashtabula County. Paul, this dog had no way to defend herself.
Well, that's right, Lee. Not only does Daisy weigh only about 15 pounds, but the dog has been paralyzed for the last several years, which means when Daisy was being stabbed in the head, the dog had no way to get away.
One here, 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 and here.
The wounds in Daisy's head had to be stapled closed by a veterinarian. 4 stab wounds in all, 3 to her head and 1 to her face. And that's not all.
Her jaw is broken in several spots, so he must have probably kicked her too.
Police and court records show 25-year-old Justin Joseph Hamas is locked up on several charges, including animal cruelty. Hamas allegedly stabbed Daisy during a fight at his mother's house. After being released from jail, he went back to his mother's house. His mom called 911.
Asheville police.
Yes, I'm having a disturbance. He's been drinking. He's been gone all day. Come home drinking.
That led to more charges against Hamas, including domestic violence and intimidation. Now, Daisy is recovering at the home of Melanie Neff, who wants to work more closely with rescued animals. Neff said years ago, Daisy lost use of her back legs after a disease in her back. She wonders what kind of person would stab a defenseless, paralyzed dog.
Especially an animal who can't even run away or defend herself. And when I picked her up, she looked awful. Her face was caked in dried blood. And she just had emptiness in her eyes.
Neff wants justice for Daisy. She knows Hamas faces other charges, and she doesn't want the animal cruelty charge to get dropped or reduced.
If you can hurt a defenseless animal, you can hurt people. I hope he gets sent away for a long time. I think he should have to pay for what he did.
Hamas is due in court this Thursday for a pre-trial hearing. Animal cruelty, just a misdemeanor in the state of Ohio, punishable by up to a $750 fine and 90 days in jail. In the newsroom tonight, Paul Kiska, News Channel 5.